starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey everyone, this is your girl SC BookGal 843, and it's a Thursday night. I know y'all wondering, well, hold up, what's she doing on here? You know I gotta bring you the books. That is my job. That is what I do. I make sure I introduce you guys to some of the hottest authors around. Well, we're gonna take it up the road to nonfiction. Yes, I am a fiction girl. But I think sometimes we need a little bit of reality in our life. And I had a great time talking to this author. We had a great conversation offline. None of your business. That's between me and the author. So don't be nosy. But it's an honor because I think we're going to be talking about his memoir. My pain taught me, but I'm sorry, my hurt taught me, but my pain motivated me. Do y'all hear so much knowledge in that one statement? Like, your pain motivated you. Like, how do you do that? But he gonna give us some tips, okay? So on this beautiful Thursday night, we are gonna be chatting with author Jonas Jean-Pierre. Come on up, so we can get. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. You see them trying to be nosy about our conversation earlier. Tell them that's none of their business. That's between me and you.
Being you.
Welcome to SC Book Gowns and Friends on this Thursday night, and I appreciate you coming on and talking with your old readers, new readers, and those who will be looking at the show and become new readers. So, before they can do all that, you have to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Josias Jean-Pierre. I'm an execution coach, a mentor, educator, a minister. And what I do is I empower others to be equipped with the tools they need to elevate fully into whom God created them to be with no limits.
Okay, this show's for me because y'all know I'm a serial procrastinator. Very bad at that. So you're gonna have to help me out with that.
I got you.
But tell us a little bit about your book. The cover by itself speaks volumes. Okay. And we're gonna bring the cover up, you guys. We're gonna show it in a minute. Tell me why the cover that is so simple with that one statement in your face makes it so powerful. Why did you decide to go with a cover like that?
I wanted to. I was thinking about what is the best way to have a cover. I was like, you know what, this book is about me. Let me go ahead and just have this look that I have, where it shows kind of sadness, but at the same time it shows kind of like glory behind it also. And so I was like, what's the best way to talk about my life journey, my life story? And I was like, this picture right here.
And you did that. You did that. So tell us a little bit about my pain taught me. But I'm sorry, I keep on saying it wrong. My hurt taught me, but my pain motivates me. Now, let me stop real quick and let me tell you why I keep on saying it wrong. Because the average person, we learn from the pain and we keep hurting ourselves.
Mm.
But yours is totally different. So tell me about your book.
Yeah, so it's really a journey on the obstacles, the trials, tribulations of life. Like, you talk about the hurt of a young boy who was told by his father, don't ever call me that much your dad, call me pastor. So for 23 years of my life, from 5 to 28, I struggled with this father wound of, being fatherless. And I realized at some point I gotta heal because down the road I'm gonna have kids, I'm gonna be married, And at some point, if I don't heal, then the same toxicness is going to pass down to my children, and they're going to pass it to their children's children. So now I'm thinking about legacy. What is it that I want my last name to carry for my own family? So my hurt taught me, my pain motivated me, shows me, hey, yes, this happened to you, but it's not about what happens to you, it's about how do you respond to what happens to you. And your hurt can either build you or it could kill you. But the only way it could kill you is if you allow it to.
That's that's profound. So it sounds like the audience of this book is your future selves, the
Hmm.
future generations that you have. And I'm about to jump off a cliff. And how old are you again?
35.
Now, do you know how profound that is? Because people, this generation that you're stuck in, they don't think like that. So, is your thought pattern is that from the hurt and pain that you had before when you were younger that brings you to where you are right now?
A lot of people see the glory, but they don't know the story. A lot of people was like, man, I see you doing all this type of stuff. You're doing all the, how do you get there? And I was like, it's time to talk about my story of how I got there and how I got here. Because not only that, I am a 3 times suicide attempt survivor, depression, mental illness, mental. I just don't look like what I've been through and God been that good to me. But I battle depression. I battle anxiety. I attempted suicide 3 times. And I literally now use this as a motivation to go down an elevator to help others who battle depression, who feel like they're not equipped for life. I always say this: you're born on purpose for a purpose and with a purpose, and nothing about you is an accident. So I use the same life stories that I endured my struggle to make that become an impact to others who might be connected to the same story that I had to go through, and let that become a testament for them to have hope that they can endure it too.
You just spoke volumes. You literally spoke volumes. And being a black man and paying attention to your mental health,
Thank you. Thank you.
kudos. Kudos. I'm about to put you on the spot. But what would you say to other black men who are experiencing the same issues but is afraid to focus on their mental health?
I would say you come first. The first part of work, it starts with you, and it is okay to go to therapy. It does not show weakness that you cry; it shows strength. And true kings do cry. True kings do ask for help. True kings do put themselves first. So don't fake it until you make it, but you gotta face it until you make it. I think you're muted. You're muted.
I'm sorry, y'all. My computer's doing some weird stuff. I've heard so many times people will tell our young boys, "Man, man up, man! Stop that crying." Why do we do that to our young men? But we'll let our girls cry their hearts out.
I think it's because of the man stigma that society has put on. You look at media, look at the music video, look at the message being played. You always see men being tough, men being hard, men doing all this. And if you look at, I can't even say men, it's really the portrayal of black men, how media portrays black men, how we're supposed to look like, how we're supposed to be. And you think about a black household, you don't really think much about, hey, what's the average household of a black man has a father in the home? So if that child doesn't see a representation of themselves, then look for representation. Where can I be valued at? Who looks like me? Where are they at? Now here comes media. Oh, this is where they're at. So now you have stigma of manhood saying, "Hey, you got to man up. Boys don't cry. Suck it up." Or you hear the term in a black house quite often. If you don't stop crying, I will give you something to cry about. All right. So now
Yes.
telling what
Yes, we notorious for that one.
we tell our young boys is you cannot be emotional. So now you gotta suck it up. So it's come from at home bringing that comment to now the affirmation starts with the world just giving you the same message from what's being at home. And it's not until we realize that one, God who created us and put us together gave everybody a sense of emotion. But when it comes to
Mhm.
men, we have learned how to be untapped from emotional self because we're never given the proper tools or the atmosphere to be emotional. And by the time we cry, it's because somebody is dead. So now we are now shedding tears off of a funeral because we never created space for us brothers to actually process what could have been processed if we created space for them to actually talk about what they're going through. And if you look at mental health in the black community, even suicide, it is high in the black community.
Mhm. Mhm.
But until we actually put the center stage of, hey man, talk about your hurt, go to therapy. The best thing I ever did in my life is going to therapy. The best thing I ever did was searching of self, was saying, hey, I gotta admit it, I need help. I had to admit it first that I need help in order for me to take the step of saying, hey, let me seek help. And if you don't admit that you need help, you will never seek help.
That is so true. Because in the black church, black households, period, when you have a mental issues or mental problems or mental situations or whatever it is, when it has to do with your mental, they always say go to church. Well, and I'm gonna talk to you from a girl who used to go to church. That's where some of the pain came from. So you're telling me to go and deal with the pain at the place that's causing the pain?
Mm,
I'm gonna need y'all to make it make sense. But I actually did. I went through therapy, and the process was, it was hard. I found out some stuff about myself that I didn't even know. And I would like to ask, is as a woman, how can we support the African American man when it comes to his mental health journey?
mm.
Because females sometimes we be the issue. Man, look at him sitting on, they crying like a what, but you don't know what that brother is going through. And when you do see a brother cry or stuff like that, or express his emotions, we ready to walk away because he's too soft. But as the African American female, how can we help?
Make sure you see them. Don't say you see them, but make sure you actually see them. Can you sense the difference of energy being shifted when something happens? Or does he have to wait to tell you what's going on? Or something like that. Or um, look at the different signs of the way they talk. Was there a trigger that changed how they talk? And be consistent at being present. Don't be present only when things look good and when things are happening. Be present even in the midst of the storm. We have to first understand that the natural state of a man is to not talk about it because of media. But until you actually become the roof for him, that he could be able to talk and be free and release. But if we don't create that space for him to do that, then it'll be hard to talk about it. And like you were saying about church, church is a hospital for the broken. Everybody's sick in church. And even with that aspect itself, is everybody's looking for healing in church. And nothing's wrong with that. But at the same time, how many people in church are actually seeking the help that they need? And when it comes to even African American or Black men, the way that the sisters could be present for them is really speak life into them and don't affirm what the world says about the Black men, but speak life into them and be consistent of word affirmations because word affirmations could change a whole thing around, especially when the man is in a broken point.
So it's crazy because when you were saying be present, the first thing I thought is when I come home from work, my son works from home. I don't ask him, how was your day? I
Mm.
ask him, tell me about your day. Because when you ask somebody, how was the day? Fine, good, okay. When you ask them, tell me about your day, you're getting them to talk and release whatever was good, bad, ugly, indifference, whatever, but they're able to have that communication with you. And even with my daughter, it's not what did you do today? It's with her, I change it up. It's like, tell me, how did you make someone smile today? Tell me, what did you do in math class? Not how was school? Because the first thing it says good. And then the next question we always ask our kids, well, in my house, because we like to eat. We have lunch. So that makes so much sense. So let's go back to your book. My hurt taught me, but my pain motivated me. What is one of the takeaways you would want your readers to gain from your book?
Every when you think about cooking food, you add seasons to make it better. And every life storm is just seasons of impact being made. And every when I say life be lifing, it's because what happens is you can't control what happens in life, but you can control how you respond to what happens in life. And how you respond will determine the season you put in for impact. So understand that one thing I want you to take away is behind every mess, there is a message. And behind every test, there is a testimony. And that testimony could be used for impacting others around you who need to hear your story, how you made it through. Because how can they have hope that they can make it through if they don't hear anybody's story on how they made it through?
In every mess, there is a message. For every test, there is testimony. I had never heard that before. And if I didn't hear, I must have wasn't paying attention. That's mind boggling. That's how did you come up with that one?
I came up with that when I realized that the messes in my life that was taking place I had no control over became a voice of a message that I never knew would have this much impact. And when it came to the test of my life, I realized that when I passed the test, I had a story of overcoming what I had to endure. So I was like, oh, this is a testimony right here. I endured this and I made it through here. This is the testimony. And when I think about the mess of life that I had no control over, I was like, wow, this mess now gave me a message where now my whole slogan is you're born on purpose for a purpose and with a purpose. And it all came from the mess that created a powerful message.
Where can you tell me about one time where you had to go back and read your book to motivate yourself?
Oh, that was last week.
So
You know, one of my 7 books that I have to go back and read. So what is your why? Because I really hit a threshold of running on E. I was on low E, low fuel, and I didn't feel like I could keep on going anymore. I wasn't like mentally depressed. It was just my energy was on E because of the work that I do. So, so
yeah.
because I was on E, and I was like, you know what? I need to have some motivation, because I mentor kids, and I mentor over 30 plus kids as a mentor, and so they call on me and they reach out to me, and they're going through all their own stuff, and I'm over there like, I need to get some motivation. And people always think, oh, because you're inspirational, motivational, stuff like that, that you don't go through anything. And sometimes I just, like last week, I just sit back and read my own work, just so I can have inspiration. That, okay, I need to keep on going, to do this work.
Okay. How do you motivate yourself? You motivating all these little people. How do you motivate you?
I have accountability partners. I have people hold me accountable. So
Okay.
when I am feeling like I'm in my lowest, I'll read my book. I also call my accountability brothers, tell them, hold me accountable this way. So they will show up and they will perform exactly what I tell them to do in the times where I'm feeling a certain type of way. So yeah, I got accountability partners, people who hold me accountable, and at the same time, if I'm on low, I also have my prayer groups, people who step in prayer with me and for me at the same time, and I make sure that I'm not silent in the midst of where I'm going on E, because I've been there before where I've been silent, and I was like, I can't do that ever again. So I make it a point, and I make it the foundation of, hey, don't be silent in the moment where you're waiting on E. Call. You got people who care about you, people who love you. Talk to them. Let them know what's going on. People you trust that won't go around telling your business around, because I think that's another scary thing too, is being able to be vulnerable. It's hard sometimes.
Mm.
Who you could trust and could count on that will be there for you. That becomes another motivation. Like, okay, yeah, I know this person has my best interest in heart. Let me call them. And I can call people 3 or 4 in the morning. They'll answer the phone.
So we all know about the prayer groups, and a lot of people do not know what an accountability person is. Can you explain to them what an accountability person is?
Yeah, accountability person is someone that you trust, that you tell them, hey, for example, say you have a goal in mind, say I want to go to the gym 3 days a week, whatever, and you tell them, hey, I want you to make sure that I go to the gym 3 days a week. That accountability person is going to go ahead and do the very thing you told them what to do, and what they will go ahead and do is execute that, but be hard on you because you told them how you want them to show up for you for this goal to become manifesting for yourself. So basically, they're your cheerleader behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, and who be hard on you. And you may not like it, but they're gonna do it because they love you.
Now I like that. So I think we all need to think about who our accountability partner could be. Not that person who, like he said, is going to go talk about what you're going through and everything. It's that person who's going to tell you when you're right, and that person who's going to tell you when you're wrong, and look in your face and tell you, no, you shouldn't have done that. Oh, good job. So my next question to you: you said you've written 7 books.
Yes.
Out of those 7 books, if you had to recommend one for me to read, which one would it be and why?
Black Diamond Chronicles. Uh,
Okay.
the reason why I say Black Diamond Chronicles is because this book is actually a collaboration book, where it's authors coming together in different parts of the world sharing their story. There's a every chapter is an author's chapter. And it's basically the Black Diamond Chronicles talks about people's mess of life that they go through and how that shaped them to become a diamond to the impact they're doing now. And the reason I recommend that for you is because the work that you do, I know you love what you do, and I know that this gives you fuel of hearing people's stories and like that. But it's a way to see how other jewels had to get pressed and shaken together to be put together to become a bright light in a diamond that can impact others.
Okay. I like that one. I like that one. So we are about 5 minutes away from closing out, and I do this session that's called my fun time. Okay. I've already given this session so many names, but I'm gonna let you guys help me with the name next time, but not tonight. Okay. I love music. I love TV. Okay. So my question to you is, Lifetime just called you and said, you know what, we love your book. My pain taught me. My hurt taught me, but my pain motivated me. And we want to make it into a movie. We would like to know, who would you like to play you? And why do you want them to play you?
Ooh,
What's your answer?
ooh, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would, I would say Les Brown.
Les
I
Brown.
would want Les Brown to play me.
Okay, so now you guys give me a show that Les Brown was on. Y'all know I'm about to get the
No,
phone.
he's one of those. He's one of the top influential speakers.
Okay.
Dr. Les Brown. I would want him to play me just because him and I had the same struggle. So for me, I don't think he'll be acting. I think he'll be himself because he had the same struggle I had.
Okay. I'm seeing him. Okay. Okay. All right. And where would you like this movie to take place? And why did you choose that location?
Oh, Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay. So why Hollywood?
Well, I said Hollywood. That's the first thing in my mind. Um, but I think at the same time, you think about the attraction and you think about the step. A lot of people go through Hollywood and watch a lot of stuff. So like Hollywood, or if it's a movie theater, AMC or something.
Okay, okay. So we're down to our last 5 minutes, and I always like the authors to tell us, um, first, what would you like to say to your old readers, new readers, and people that will become readers once they see this podcast? What would you like to say to them?
To the old readers, I'll say don't give up and keep on hanging in there and keep on going strong. To the new readers, I'll say that understand that this too shall pass, whatever you're in. And to the current readers, keep on standing.
All right. Now, the rundown. At the bottom, we have all your social media links, but tell us again, where can we follow you, the title of your books, any upcoming projects, or if you have book signings coming up.
Yeah, you can follow me on Facebook, Josias Jean-Pierre, LinkedIn, Josias Jean-Pierre, Instagram, Coach with underscore Josias. A new project I have coming up is I'm actually releasing. I'm diversifying my genre, so I'm releasing a children's book coming up soon. It's called Dear
Oh,
Black Boy. Dear Black Boy. It's a message
oh,
for young black boys, and it's being already being a lot of schools in Washington State has already requested for the book to come. So around 250 elementary schools are going to have the book inside their schools already. So I'm getting a lot of pre-orders coming in already. In August, I'm actually going to a speaking tour. So I'm going to a 45-day speaking tour in August. And I'll be on a New York billboard August 16th. So I'll be in New York on that billboard on Times Square.
oh my, you gotta take a picture of that, man. Well, y'all heard it. 45 days. So y'all got 45 chances to see him. Okay. So you can't help but to support this African American male, or some of you guys say one of the brothers. You have no choice but to support because you heard nothing but great motivation. I mean, what else do we need? I mean, if you could support anybody else what they're doing, and I'm nice and I'm not going to say some things, tell me why we can't support him. Okay. So y'all got the rundown. If you look at the bottom of the screen, I'm pretty sure he's going to lay out those dates. Y'all can support him on his dates, support him by buying his book. School is about to start where I live in South Carolina. So this would be a great way to start your kids off right. And then guess what? Christmas is right around the corner. This is a great way to implant into their lives so they can start off next year right. Okay? Thank you for being with me tonight.
Thank you
You
for having
know, all kind of stuff. Well, that's what I'm talking about. But again, thank you for being a part of SC Book Gals and Friends. And just remember that we have your back and we appreciate you. And from a Black woman, thank you.
me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Well, you guys, there's no secret word of the night. Remember, you only get your secret words on Tuesday. But guess what? I'm coming again to you guys. Sunday, I'm going to be here with a new author and a new book. Again, we thank Mr. Jonas for being with us tonight. Y'all go grab My Hurt Taught Me, but My Pain Motivated Me, and his new children's book that's coming out. Go and support. Remember, there's no such thing as an old book because not everybody has read every book. You guys have a great night. Bye.